Today we are going to discuss about the oxidation reaction of the ketones. Yesterday we discussed about the oxidation of aldehydes, and as we know that oxidation reaction is very fast in case of aldehyde, or we can say that aldehydes are more reactive as far as oxidation reactions are concerned as comparison to ketones. Ketones in presence of strong oxidizing agents can be converted into carboxylic acids with breaking of bond between the carbonyl carbon and the carbon which is attached with that particular C double bond O. So in that category, I want to discuss the next reaction in which the ketone is converted into ester. So how this ketone is converted into ester? This is particularly a reaction, and this reaction is called as the Baeyer-Williger oxidation, and this reaction is synthetically very important reaction, because in this reaction the migratory aptitude will tell you about the product, that which product will be synthesized if we talk about the unsymmetrical ketone. For example, this is a case of unsymmetrical ketone. So at that time, as we know that this is a carbonyl group and this is CS3 and this is your phenyl. So between which carbonyl group and carbon the oxygen will be inserted, that will be determined by the migratory aptitude of the group which is attached with the carbonyl group. So this is called your Baeyer-Williger oxidation reaction, in which this is your ketone and this ketone on reaction with per acid. For example, in this case we have taken the trifluoro peracetic acid, right? So basically as an oxidizing agent we use per acids. Metachloroperbenzoic acid can also be used, perbenzoic acid can also be used, and this is your another per acid that can be utilized for the oxidation of this particular ketone into the ester. Now the mechanism of this reaction is that first of all protonation will happen, and the lone pair of electron on this oxygen will abstract the acidic proton from this per acid, and this is a reversible reaction. And after this one, after protonation, this particular carbon, that was carbonyl carbon, now is carrying the positive charge, and when it carry the positive charge, the O negative will now attack on this C positive. After attack of this O negative on this particular C positive, it will form this kind of adduct. After this one, there is a migration. For example, this is a case of symmetrical ketone, so which group will migrate doesn't matter, both groups are same, so any group can migrate. So this particular R group is now migrating to this oxygen, and when this migrate to the oxygen, this particular bond will shifted to this oxygen, right? So this particular moiety CS3 C double bond O negative will be eliminated out from this one, right? So when this group will migrate to this oxygen, this particular carbon which was initially carrying this CS3 group now will carry the positive charge, and this formation of this C positive, that how this particular group will migrate here, that after migration of this group it form a C positive, and this C positive is resonance stabilized, right? So the lone pair of electron on this oxygen will stabilize the C positive, so this particular carbocation is resonance stabilized, right? And finally what will happen, that the acetate ion which is eliminated in this step will now abstract the proton from this particular species, and this particular species will get converted into your ester, and this is your ester and this is your acetic acid. So this is particularly formation of ester from acetone by using peracetic acid, in which acetic acid is being eliminated out and formation of ester will takes place, right? I was talking you about the formation of different kind of product if we choose the unsymmetrical ketone. For example, this is a case of unsymmetrical ketone. So when we talk about the migratory aptitude, means the power to migrate, the different groups have different powers to migrate. So if we see the overall migratory power, then we can see that tertiary alkyl will always have more migratory aptitude as comparison to secondary alkyl group, which is having almost equal migratory aptitude with phenyl group, aromatic ring C6H5 group that will migrate, which is having more migratory aptitude as comparison to primary alkyl group. So in this case we can see that this is your methyl group and this is your phenyl. So phenyl is having more migratory aptitude as comparison to the CH3 group. So this group will migrate, right? So the oxygen is being inserted between this particular carbonyl carbon and this carbon, that is C6H5. So here oxygen is being added, right? So this is a very good reaction that can convert the ketone into ester, right? So this is the case that we can use for the oxidation of ketones. Now the next reaction in this sequence is haloform reaction, and in case of haloform reaction we generally use the methyl ketones, and methyl ketones on oxidation will get converted into carboxylic acids, and that carboxylic acid will have one carbon atom less than the parent ketone, that whatever the ketone we have selected, and when that ketone was converted into the carboxylic acid will have one carbon less than the parent ketone. So this particular reaction is called as the haloform reaction, and in case of haloform reaction generally haloform will be synthesized. For example, if we talk about the iodoform, this is basically a test for identification, right? So in this case, for example, we carry out the reaction with iodine and sodium hydroxide. At that time iodoform will be synthesized, and that iodoform will have yellow color precipitates, right? So formation of that yellow color precipitates is an indication of preparation of the iodoform, and we can say that after this formation of iodoform, that particular ketone has been oxidized to carboxylic acid, right? And this is a test that confirm this particular group, that is CH3 C double bond O group. So this is a test for identification of this particular group we have used in this case. So this is the overall reaction that it is showing it, that this is the particular portion that I was talking about, the haloform reaction. So first of all, what will happen, that we are taking this iodine in presence of base OH negative, sodium hydroxide generally we use. So this is converted into the carboxylic acid, and CHI3, that is iodoform, will be separated out during the course of this reaction. So this reaction is called as the haloform reaction, and this is a very important reaction that indicate the presence of this particular group, that is the methyl ketones, in any ketonic part, right? So this is called as the haloform reaction. Now after haloform reaction, if I am talking about the next one, that reaction is nucleophilic addition, and this nucleophilic addition is with phosphorus ylides. So first of all, we should be clear about the yelides, that what are these yelides. Yelide is basically a term that is used for the species that contain the carbon and heteroatoms. Means there is a connectivity between the carbon and heteroatoms like nitrogen, like sulfur, like phosphorus. So in this particular reaction, if I am talking about the Wittig reaction, in this reaction we use the phosphorus yelide. And what is the important part of this reaction is that in case of Wittig reaction we use the phosphorus yelide, and phosphorus yelide is generally a species that contain positively charged phosphorus and that is attached to the carbon, and carbon bear a negative charge. So this is your phosphorus yelide, in which these are the three phenyl rings which are being attached with this phosphorus, and to this phosphorus we are having a carbon, and this carbon is having negative charge and phosphorus is carrying the positive charge. So this is called as the phosphorus yelide, and this is methylene triphenyl phosphorane. This is the yelide. And how this yelide was being synthesized? For this synthesis of this particular yelide we use triphenyl phosphine. This is your triphenyl phosphine. When this triphenyl phosphine react with alkyl halide, in this case we have taken methyl bromide, the reaction will be a kind of SN2 reaction, that is nucleophilic substitution bimolecular, in which this lone pair of electron on the phosphorus will attack from the back side to this carbon with elimination of Br negative. So it will form methyl triphenyl phosphonium bromide, and this methyl triphenyl phosphonium bromide on reaction with butyl lithium will get converted into an yelide, that is phosphorus yelide, right? So this is your phosphorus yelide. Now what will happen in this reaction? So this is basically a Wittig reagent, that is phosphorus yelide is the Wittig reagent. What will happen in the Wittig reaction? In Wittig reaction we generally take the ketones, or simply we can say that we generally take the carbonyl compounds, and that carbonyl compound is allowed to react with the phosphorus yelide, in which the C double bond O will get converted into C double bond C, that is formation of alkene will takes place. And when we talk about the mechanism of this reaction, the mechanism will proceed with the formation of an intermediate that is called as the betaine. So synthetically, if I am talking about, this reaction is very important, by which we can form alkene from aldehyde and ketones. The mechanism of this reaction is very important, and how the reaction will proceed, this is showing in this particular mechanism, that this is your particular carbonyl group and this is your yelide. And now you know that in yelide carbon is carrying the negative charge, so this particular negatively charged carbon will attack on the carbonyl carbon, because this is a case of nucleophilic addition with movement of electron from carbon oxygen to oxygen, and will form the O negative. Now this O negative will attack on the phosphorus, being the phosphorus is containing the positive charge. So the main step, that is why this reaction happen, right? So formation of this oxygen phosphorus bond is the key factor, that why this reaction is being done, that why reaction happens. So the reaction is happening basically because there is formation of a bond between oxygen and phosphorus. So this has been synthesized during the course of reaction, that is intermediate. This is a kind of intermediate that has been synthesized. Now, after this, this particular betaine will get converted into alkene by the movement of electron, that this particular bond will get shifted here and this particular bond will get shifted above to form this one, right? So this has been separated out and this is your alkene that you have synthesized during the course of this reaction. So this is the reaction that triphenyl phosphine oxide has been separated out and alkene has been synthesized during the course of this reaction. So this is the beauty of this reaction, that how you can form alkene from aldehyde and ketones by using this Wittig reaction or by using the Wittig reagent, right? Sometime the question is asked from the starting of the reaction, and how that can be asked, that you are having this particular that I have already told you, that this is your triphenyl phosphine. When it is allowed to react with, this is your CS3 and CH2 Br, this is your alkyl halide. When this is allowed to react in presence of butyl lithium, it's your base. At that time what will happen? You know that first of all there will be a reaction between this triphenyl phosphine and alkyl halide through SN2 mechanism. After that, this particular base will abstract the acidic hydrogen from this one, and after formation of this one it will get converted into the halide. And after this, here you have taken that you are being given this ketone, and how this ketone will react with this kind of material. So you can directly form that how the phosphorus halide will be synthesized and how that phosphorus halide will react with alkyl halide in that case. So that's your Wittig reaction, and this is a very important reaction, we can say that. So that's all about today's class, and tomorrow we will discuss about some condensation reaction of aldehyde and ketones, like the aldol condensation, benzoin condensation, Mannich synthesis reaction, and so on.